Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So I was on here at 5 in the morning making up yesterday's video, and it's 10 o'clock at night. I was not as successful as I hoped today in terms of breaking up my exercise, so I will be up for quite a while, hitting that objective of 10,000 steps for those who can't. Like my niece and nephew, though God has a great plan and their limbs will be working, I am quite certain of that. I will say, though, I woke up and I still have some oppression on me. There's something, but I felt like I had a really bad cold. I was just really struggling. And so what I did was I had my lemon water, and then I ended up having, with my lemon water, I always put in turmeric with some black pepper and a little bit of ginger. And then later I had some, don't tell me, this is what I mean about this oppression. I had some wheatgrass juice powder, and I also have some green powder with a variety of vegetables in it, and I had that. And for both of those things, I drank them warm. I kind of made like a hot drink out of them. And I did not eat until 5 o'clock. Like, I just let my body do its job, you know what I mean? And just made it through the day. I totally intermittent fasted, if you will, until 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I actually had a mono meal of oranges. I went for broke on just a ton of oranges with some celery to balance it out. And then at like 7 o'clock, I ended up having a salad, and I had my healthy fat for the day, which was avocado, only half an avocado. Avocados are tricky for me. I do enjoy them so much, but I always feel ripped off when I eat them. And what I mean by that is like they seem to just disappear. Does anyone else have this problem? I feel like the avocado just melts or evaporates into whatever it is I have it in. And I actually want the mouth satisfaction of the chunk of avocado. And so that's distressing to me. So sometimes I end up just eating it with a spoon right out of the shell so that I can feel that I actually got some. Yes, I'm so distraught when I'm like, wait, where's the avocado? I know it was in here. To no avail. So I ended up just eating that avocado and just really enjoying every bite. And then just having my salad on the side, you know, and I had salsa for the dressing, which I enjoy. And I was able to eat that. So I was basically done eating by 8 o'clock, really, about 8 o'clock. And, you know, I know that was a short window, but it doesn't matter. It was exactly what I needed. And the kitchen is closed, T-bar's open. I got it going on. So that's kind of where I was today. I am still a little, but mostly on my way to total wellness, okay? So I'm definitely going to finish my objective of getting in my steps. Of course, I try and listen to the Mass every single day. And by listen means it's a virtual Mass, and I very much participate, pray for all those people who've asked for prayer. I always get in my rosary because those things just keep me in touch with the universe, for one, and balanced, and I'm grateful for that. So I'll be doing all of those things, and of course I'll be getting up at 4 in the morning again for the Tanny Raw Reset. Again, if you don't know Tanny Raw, look her up on any social media platform. She is a phenom for all things good health. One thing that I've been struggling with is not being as efficient. And I'm laughing because it's kind of like an understatement of the year, as I could be, just in meeting my objectives per day. And I've kind of mentioned this, and I know part of it is making sure that I actually write out deliberate intentions. I'm not a person, like, seriously, even in school, meaning as a teacher, as a student, like all my life, I've just memorized the calendar. I've just memorized my objectives. I've never actually kept a list or written it on a calendar. And the problem, excuse me, wow, something got me. The problem with that is that if I ever got called into court and had to prove what I did on any given day, I would not be able to prove it, seriously. I'd have to go back and go, Wednesday the what? And Thursday, huh? And that's a little unfortunate. And also, if I get called into the office and then they're like, well, can you please show us? I mean, I understand the lesson plans, and luckily my district requires that I write them out. But again, I just memorize the curriculum, and that's not as efficient as it could be. So what I've been finding is during this summer as a teacher, not knowing what this coming school year is going to look like. And we even had a board meeting today, and because of the health department and the CDC and a lot of unknowns, the district still hasn't committed to what it's going to look like. And tick-tock, there's 3 weeks until school officially starts. So I was hoping to get some answers, but instead that stress continues. But what my problem is that sometimes I forget to breathe, and it's almost as if I'm actually holding my breath, waiting for life to start. And life is very much in progress, okay? And so I need to make the most of these next 3 weeks. I mean, part of it, it's so funny. Like, first of all, like a lot of people, I have no idea what day it is. Like, because I just live by the clock. I live by the expectations. Like, I'm just always on the calendar of life, if you will, instead of my own calendar. But I usually have a sense of everything, but because no one's asking any of that of me, I'm like, so what is today? And you're kidding. It's Thursday. Like, they have commercials joking about that. I so get the joke. I so get it. And so I've been having a really hard time with that. And, I'm down to 3 weeks, and I know that when that bell rings, virtual or not, I will be hitting the ground running, and the pace is unbelievable. Like, I've been really blessed to take care of myself this summer, and even though the scale hasn't shown much difference, praise God, it hasn't gone up. It has slightly gone down, but there's been tremendous changes in my body, which I can literally see, and I'm grateful for that. I've absolutely made time for exercise. I've made time for prayer. I've made time for, so many things, and those are habits that I would love to continue to sustain when school starts. But I know that I tend to make the mistake of doing just one objective at a time as soon as they hit, without like a long-term plan of being able to prepare. So I'm always kind of reacting to life, right? Instead of a proactive approach of being ready. And I have 3 weeks to proactively ease my burden when school starts, if I dare to get on it now, right? So, because you're my huge Jules, I'm so busy laughing at what I'm about to say, I can't even get it out. I was going to say, because of the multitude of supporters in my Jules Blessed Vegan community, of which I rarely exceed 3 to 5 views. I would like to commit to you, which will support me, to actually get a calendar, because I know those year calendars, and they're kind of ideal for a lesson plan, they run July to July, and July is ticking away. So I'm going to commit to getting one of those, and I'll start with that. So yay, get to the store, wear your mask, and get that planner. I'll start with the planner, and then I know a couple of things that would help me, because I already have a sense of what the curriculum may very well be, and I could be pre-making videos for the lessons, and that would just be smart. Okay, so I don't want to make too many promises, because I'll only disappoint myself and get overwhelmed. So continue with what's right. My diet, my prayer, right? Caring for my animals and my household, all of that's in play. Get the planner for July. Like, that's my first start. And maybe the next point will be to make an actual, what are those things called? This is that fuss I'm talking about. What's it called where you like do things oh yeah, a schedule. God, I swear. It's really funny when I'm not using my language, because I'm here alone all day pretty much. So I'm only talking to myself and to God, right? But when I finally have to talk, I realize that deficit, because I'm just not on my game right now and having to perform. And I love to. Oh my gosh. Like, You'll never see anyone more animated than me in front of a group of people. But that hasn't been the case. Maybe that's what I need to do. If this is my little area, maybe I need to put little pop-up faces. Looks like I have an audience, right? Oh my gosh. Even though my husband will say, so Juliana, who are you talking to? And I'm like, nobody. It was a machine. I sound like I'm having a full-blown conversation. Who are you talking? Just my video? Hoping there's an audience out there? Why? Because it sounded like you were talking to people. Well, I believe someone will be there someday. You know, it's kind of interesting. I only have, 160 people on here, and it'll go back down. But like 160 people who dared to subscribe. Of those, maybe 3, 5, 7 people watch in a given day. But when I click back through, there's some videos that have had 400 views, 700 views. I mean, amazing, right? There's been like 18,000 views for my humble amount of videos. And granted, I've done quite a few. I think I'm at like 670 or something. But it's impressive, but it's been an interesting process. And I don't know. I'm happy to keep checking in because it keeps me accountable. And I'm grateful that you guys dare to even say, who's that Jules chick and what is she babbling about? May I continue to babble. Thank you so much. All right, so I just wanted to kick it with you guys, tell you that I'm trying to feel better. I'm still a little oppressed, but because of the raw vegan diet and knowing it's just the better way, I know it'll be very brief. And I'm so grateful for that because, my gosh, for years I had to take antibiotics. For years I had strep throat literally 6 times a year. For years, bronchitis with walking pneumonia. I mean as a full-blown adult and teacher, you know. And for like the last 2 years that I've dared to learn about being vegan and then plant-based and certainly raw vegan, I've never had strep throat once. And I only had bronchitis twice, and neither times did it go to walking pneumonia. So it's just a better way, and I'm so happy for that. And I know that every time I get a little bit of something, it's gone in 48 hours or, you know, at best 72. I will take that. I mean, it's such a blessing. All right, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't subscribed. Know that my objective is to get a planner. And from there, maybe I can make another promise. And just thank you for cheering me on, because I do always want to give my all. But when I don't have a pre-made schedule or something that's required of me to meet that objective, I don't. And I know that's standard, but I just want to say it out loud. All right, like if you like, join us if you haven't subscribed. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And best of all, know that you're blessed.